What's going on, bodybuilding fans? Mike Neumann here. It's Team Wilson Day here at Impact Fitness on Broadway in Bradley, 710 West Broadway. Phone number is 815-932-3177. Every once in a great while, Team Wilson brings their athletes down here, and we just all train hard and create the intense atmosphere here at Impact Fitness. So, Cliff, how'd your workout go today?
You know, I don't get a chance to make it over here as much as I'd like, but, you know, it's a pretty central location for a lot of the people I take on as clients, so it was, it was a good time hitting some
good meeting spot. And it's we've expanded a lot here in Impact Fitness since the last time you guys were down. IFPA pros, Melissa Fisher, Mike Martino, Big James Perez, Jeremy Coleman, Nick Hardaway was down here. A lot of guys came down for Team Wilson Day, so definitely a good training atmosphere it was. So nonetheless, Cliff, the 2013 bodybuilding season will be underway in the next couple of months. What kind of athletes do you got up and on the rise that might do some damage on the stage this year?
You know, we've got a couple of people to look out for. Actually, two people I wanted to, that I think a lot of people are going to take notice of are actually two brothers, Garrett and Zachary Roush. Just absolutely monstrous brothers. I think they've actually picked out two separate amateur shows in hopes that they can both win their pro cards and then go head-to-head as pros against each other. So, you know, definitely those are two guys to look out for. And then really a lot of people hitting the pro ranks for their pro debut, which I think, you know, will turn some heads in the pro division. So,
yeah,
you know, I'm looking forward to it, and everybody's working hard. So, you know, we'll just get them to their best and see where they fall.
Well, one of those pros I'm looking to look out for, he was in one of the top amateur classes of all time back in Keith Hunter's show a couple of years ago. He's the only amateur from that top five that has not earned a pro card yet. His name is Mike Maria. He's going to be competing in the NAMBF Southern States put on by John and Becky Arnold. What do you have to say about him?
Mike is an extremely big guy, extremely passionate, extremely dedicated. I'm you know, pretty lucky to be working with him. I remember that show that you were talking about where there was Matt Holcomb, Mike Martino, Mike Maria, Terry Starks, and Connor LaValle, and he's the only one out of that top five that doesn't have a pro card. So, you know, we're hoping to be able to get that pro card for him this year. He's looking pretty good, and you know, he's going to come in with a little more leg size this year. He really worked hard in the off season, so you know, we're looking for him to have a pretty good showing there.
Yeah, with the added size he's going to be bringing, with the conditioning that Team Wilson athletes always bring, I'm going to call it right here and now. It's January 26th. The Southern States is the weekend of April 19th. Mike Murray will be the overall champion at the NAMBF Southern States. You heard it here first. And, you know, Cliff Wilson, so what's new at your business? You maxed out on clientele, you passing some people off, you getting too busy these days? What's going on?
Yeah, you know, it's a good problem to have, but, you know, I've had to start turning some people away.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to the point where I kind of take about half the people that inquire working with me. You know, I ask a lot of questions to find out who might be the best fit to work with us. So, you know, me and my wife Katie, we kind of sit down together and decide who might be the best fit.
Yeah.
The people I can't take on, I still want them to have the advantage of a quality coach, because you know, there's a lot of good coaches out there, but there's a lot of bad coaches out there. Yeah. And, you know, I never want to see anybody fall into the hands of a bad coach and, you know, have a poor experience. So, you know, some of the guys that I refer people to, well, actually one of my current clients, Josh Jędrzejczyk, he's, you know, he's a very knowledgeable young man, and he's doing good work. And, you know, I even refer some people to like guys like Brian Ahlstrom and John Gorman, you know, a couple other guys. So, you know, I always want everybody to, you know, have a good experience and a good prep.
Yeah, now a lot of these guys come to you from maybe one of those bad coaches, and their metabolisms are just crashed. Their metabolisms have come to a screeching halt. What do you do for those kinds of competitors to get their metabolisms up and running again?
It's never easy. You know, some people, after they've had a really bad experience, it's a long haul. And, you know, this is something that you know, I've talked to recently with you know, someone that everybody knows really well is Lane Norton. You know, me and Lane and guys like Alberto Nunez and, you know, Brian Ahlstrom. We've really kind of had enough of people that don't care about their clients. They don't care about them enough to, you know, put in the work to be able to allow them to eat a lot. Yeah. They have a lack of knowledge, and then they don't make up for it by caring about their clients as well. So, you know, when somebody comes to us with a crash metabolism, the biggest thing is we just got to get them eating more food. It needs to be methodically added back in to keep them from getting heavy after a contest, which is so easy to do. So the biggest thing is just eating more food and then allowing the metabolism to correct itself, you know, through many metabolic pathways and just get back to being able to handle a normal amount of food without getting heavy.
Okay.
And it's not an easy task. If you know anyone that's ever been in that situation, getting back to normalcy is not a fast process.
I can imagine so. And I told all my clients, most of my clients know who you are. I've shared your videos with my clients. I want my clients to read all of your articles in Fitness and Physique magazine on newsstands at Barnes & Noble. One of my clients couldn't be here today. His name is Jim Patterson. He's got a question for you. An Ask Cliff question. What's your take on carb cycling? Like high carb days, one off.
I prefer to use high carb days, just 1, maybe 2 a week, just to stimulate the metabolism. Fill out glycogen stores. It'll keep the metabolism running. It's a form of carb cycling, and it definitely should be employed, and even fat cycling, because carbs go up. Fat should sometimes come down. It really depends on the body type, though. Obviously, some people can handle a lot more carbs. You and I are quite a bit different with our carb metabolisms. So we're different people, but you definitely shouldn't just keep going down, and never have a carb spike throughout the week, because that's another way to get to that crash metabolism we were talking about. You've got to have some carb spikes in there to keep everything running, to let the body know that it's not starving. The best way I could put it is, when you start going into a caloric deficit, your body adapts and starts trying to adjust, because it thinks it runs the risk of dying, starving to death. And it's as simple as this: if your body thinks that it might die, it's not going to give up any fat. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, well, society has people thinking they need to eat very little and work out a lot. So it takes a lot sometimes to convince somebody of those types of statements there. But once you try it and it works for you, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. If you're not satisfied with the results you're getting, you better change something up. Let's talk about, don't you have a big seminar in St. Louis coming up this year?
Yeah, I've been invited back to speak again at the St. Louis Natural Bodybuilding Camp. Keith Hunter hosts that one at Powerhouse Gym.
Powerhouse Gym. That's where it's going to be.
Speak on the topic of metabolic adaptation. This year I'm going to pick something different. I've played around with a couple ideas, haven't picked the topic yet, but I'm actually going to be talking with Keith this week to nail down a topic and start laying out my outline for the speech there. But it's going to be a good weekend. Last weekend was great. Powerhouse is a fantastic gym, huge, absolutely huge. So we get last year I think there about 40 to 50 people showed up, and it was good. We had a good talk, good speakers, and it was a good time training with everybody too. Really intense, really hard. So.
Yeah, if you're in the St. Louis loves their bodybuilding. They have their St. Louis Cardinals, and they love their bodybuilding in St. Louis. If you're in the St. Louis area, go check out Powerhouse Gym, one of the greatest gyms in the whole entire Midwest, and ask for Debbie Portell when you get there. When's the date of this event that's taking place there?
It's going to be the last. It'll be nice. It'll kind of be right before the season gets underway. So anybody that's looking to hit any spring or summer shows, maybe even make last-minute tweaks to to their peak week or anything like that, it might be a good time to stop by the camp and meet a bunch of the people there. We're gonna have a lot of pros guest posing and things like that.
Nice.
I know last year Martino was getting ready for his pro debut, and he kind of ran people through posing, and so did Keith Hunter as well. So it was a great time last year. I'm really looking forward to doing it again.
Good. Where can the fans go for more information on this camp?
You know what? Well, a lot of people can just even hit me up on my Facebook page. You can also email Keith Hunter at hunterbod1@hotmail.com, and that'd be a good place to get a hold of it. But even my Facebook would be great.
Yeah, hunterbod1@gmail.com. You said. And at hotmail.com, check it out. And one more thing, Core Nutritionals. What's the latest and greatest with Core Nutritionals, and what's your top 2 supplements from those guys?
I definitely use the ABC as one of my favorites, and it's not out yet, but I've been using it because Doug has been sending me samples. But
nice.
Core Fury is going to be good. Core ABC I always use, but Core Fury is going to be a good one. Doug Miller obviously owns the company, and they've treated me unbelievably well. I've been with them a little under a year now, and they've been extremely good to me. They make great stuff, and I'm just super happy to be a part of the company. Cliff
Wilson here is a sponsored athlete by Core Nutritionals. Go check out corenutritionals.com. Doug Miller actually handpicks the ingredients and go into a supplement some damn self. So that's one of the pluses and perks you get there. And until next time, Bodybuilding Man, Cliff, anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it. about all I got.
Yeah, we're going to kick the season off the weekend of April 19th and 20th with the NAMBF Southern States, put on by John and Becky Arnold. Go to NAMBF.org for more information on that show or the OCBwebsite.com. Until next time, bodybuilding fans, this is Cliff Wilson. I'm Mike Neumann, Inside Natural Bodybuilding. We're out of here.